This is the Lenovo Legion Tower 5i. This gaming desktop has been making waves. Why? Let's find out. At its core, the Tower 5 is powered by an i7-13700KF processor, complemented by an RTX 4070 GPU and 32GB of DDR5 RAM. And the storage is no issue either, with a 1TB NVMe SSD for your OS and games, and a 1TB HDD for everything else. Although I think at this point we should get an all SSD storage, especially when you consider that most games these days take up a lot of storage. The HDD should be useful mainly if you're using this PC for work. With the RTX 4070 and i7-13700, it's already expected that this PC would perform great. But let's see some FPS figures. First up, we have Cyberpunk 2077 running at 1440p ultra settings with DLSS turned off. Guess what? We have a solid 67 FPS average. If that's not enough for you, you can always turn DLSS on. And the tests show, with DLSS turned on, a significant improvement with a 97 FPS average. That's also with frame generation turned on. Next up, we have Fortnite running in at 1440p epic settings, and it does spit out a respectable 135 FPS. Let's say you have a 144Hz or even a 240Hz monitor and you just want to max that out for maximum performance. You might want to run Fortnite's performance mode, which will spit out a solid 580 FPS average. And if you're up for exploring the Wild West in RDR2 and 1440p ultra settings, well, you'll get just that, with a 95 FPS average, and that's with DLSS and FSR turned off. Straight out of the box, the Lenovo Legion Tower 5i commands attention. Its transparent side panel offers a sneak peek into the powerhouse within, but we get too carried away admiring its aesthetics. Let's take a look at its ports and features. Starting at the top, Lenovo has equipped the Tower 5i with all the essential connectivity options with two USB 3.2A ports, a headphone jack, a microphone jack, and of course, the power button. Flipping it around reveals the backbone of its connectivity. Here we find a mix of 4 USB 2.0A ports and 2 more USB 3.2A ports, including a Type-C 3.2 for your modern peripherals, and there's also an RG45 connector for more stable internet connections. Audio connectors are neatly lined up, and let's not forget about the graphics card. This model packs an RTX 4070, which of course includes 1 HDMI and 3 display ports. On top of it all, it's powered by a 500-watt power supply unit, which, if you ask me, is relatively power efficient for the performance that this PC brings you. Setting this unit up was a breeze. There's no assembly needed. All you need to do is to connect a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse, and you're ready to go. But the real magic happens if you open up the Tower 5i. Inside, you'll be greeted by an organized layout that speaks volumes of Lenovo's attention to detail. From the dual 120mm fans at the top to the Wi-Fi adapter neatly tucked away. Every component is meticulously placed for optimal performance. And yes, while the cable management isn't the absolute best, it's still up there. And upgrading or replacing components will be pretty easy thanks to the neat cable management. One of the highlights of the Tower 5i is the Lenovo Vantage app. This nifty piece of software lets you overclock your GPU, boost your network performance, and switch power modes with just a few clicks. It's also user-friendly and adds a layer of customization that gamers will surely appreciate. Now let's talk numbers. The Tower 5i starts at around $920 for the base model, and while that is an excellent entry point for gamers, I wouldn't recommend it for gamers in 2024. Why? Our maxed out unit with a 4070 and i7-13700, however, comes in at about $2,000, which, considering the specs and build quality, offers significant value. I know a ton of you will comment that, oh, I can do better with $2,000. The pricing is still competitive, considering you'll get support and warranty on top of a pre-built gaming PC that's basically ready to go. Whether you're a casual or even a pro gamer, a content creator, or just someone who appreciates getting a great setup, the Tower 5i is worth considering. I highly recommend giving the Lenovo Legion Tower 5i a spot on your list. If you're interested in this PC, you can just scan this QR code or check the links in the description box below. I'll be seeing you tomorrow.